What unusual achievement do you take pride in? My dream has to be a nuclear engineer since way back in the 4th grade. I spent middle school and high school focused on classes and extracurriculars, mostly robotics, to prepare me for an engineering degree. Got into the best program in the country and graduated 3 years ago. Have been working in my dream field since then. It's certainly very rewarding working towards something for so long and finally achieving it. Never stop dreaming and working towards those dreams. They may not always pan out, end up 100 as you expected, but putting in the effort goes a long way. I built a Mini-X computer in a case. It is slightly larger than an Xbox One. Loaded it with a front end and installed like 200 games on it from multiple systems. It's fully usable with an Xbox controller. I call it the Game Station 'cause play on GameCube, PlayStation, and Xbox, and it has become the center for digital entertainment when we have guests over. I successfully got away from the cops on foot at a downtown festival when I was 13 or 14. Zigzagged through crowds and went into a shop. Cops saw me and waited outside. I pretended to go out a different exit, and when they went that way I exited out the same way I went in. Probably a good 5 to 10 minutes on the run. I maxed out the score on endless Tetris DS. It took a few weeks of playing for an hour or so every day, putting the device to sleep, then picking it up again. I ended up ruining the battery and suddenly didn't take a picture. When I subscribed to specific YouTubers, Fit 7000, Swagger Soul 300 was even in his 3000 Q&A. PewDiePie 10,000. There are others, but those are the 3 I know off the top of my head. Being voted Best Up and Coming Super Bouncer by Heimpack Below Forum for super bouncing professionally in Halo 2. I was in Air Biscuits and Bounce FX. Best time of my life middle school days. I midwifed an alpaca birth once. Normally, they just drop out and are up and running in no time, but occasionally their shoulders get stuck and need a little twist. In the 1980s, I was the first girl in my state to be on a high school wrestling team. I don't talk about it much now, but it is interesting to look back on that. Giving my friend such good advice that he reached out after his therapy appointment to tell me his therapist loves the advice I gave. Haven't worked in 5 years. I let whatever woman I'm living with at the time fit the bill. Living off my looks, I'm a male gold digger. To get away with paying a half-price child ticket on the bus till I was 25, and for some of the time I had my 2 kids in tow. LOL. I was the only girl in a group of 30 kids taking golf lessons one summer. Beat all the bows at the chipping competition. Being able to put my son through college, both undergrad and graduate degree, without either of us incurring any debt. I built for different half pipes before I was a sophomore in high school. Glad there weren't electronics back then. I married my high school sweetheart 20 years later, and she still likes me even though I'm a complete pain in the ass. Smoked way more DMT than anyone I know. It's given me a strange but quite unique and interesting perspective. I'm very good at calming down angry customers. I see Karens as nothing more than a worthy challenge. I've avoided imminent death only due to my own reaction and actions on 5 different occasions. I had a full beard at 12. I bought the alcohol for all the kids in high school without an ID. First special needs student at my school to take AP classes. I have an award that I won for it. Was in the zone once and ate an entire pound of shelled pistachios in like 6 minutes flat. I picked up and took home a girl after breaking both my feet at a club the same night. For all the Seinfeld fans in the room, I pulled off the roommate's switch successfully. I have a 2nd-degree black belt in karate, and so far have overcame heroin addiction. I balanced an egg on the back of a spoon. It took hours. Watch TV while I did it. I don't use a screen protector or case, and I've never dropped my phone. I can read an 8,001,000 page book in a day, if it's exciting enough. For me, I've finished 3 chapsticks in a row without losing them. I made more money than my parents before I graduated high school. We sports golf hole-in-one. The par 3 that's island to island. When I make something for wargaming, I get a feeling of pride. I can sleep in literally any condition without complaining. Ate 2 pizzas in 12 minutes also. Caught a fly with chopsticks.